trying hard to fold you.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining your Indigo path. Tonight, we're going to be talking about relationship advice and dating advice. I have the beautiful, wonderful Sparkletini here with me. Welcome, Sparkletini. Thank you for sharing the stage with me. Can you let them know a little bit about yourself?
Thank you for inviting me. I am the Miss Diva Sparkles, Sparkletini, Sparkle-Titas. You may call me any sparkles that you like. Just don't call me the B word. It's not nice.
Right.
I am a Reiki master, intuitive empath, and life coach. And I have several other things in the works that are going to be coming up soon. So I'm very excited to be here. This is awesome. I hope this is going to be a great discussion like we had last week. That was just magnificent.
Right, it was. Hold on, I'm sorry, my camera just went freaky. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Shoot. Okay. How's that? Better?
Oh, yeah. You're back.
I have no idea what just happened. So, welcome, everyone. I'm so sorry. Hold on. This thing keeps doing something. I apologize, everyone. I'm so sorry. There we go. Can you see me now? Okay, sorry. Okay, so.
Thank you, Michelle. One B word. That's good. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. All right, so. Why are you saying Melissa's laughing?
I'm not laughing. My son's in the background laughing at my introduction.
So welcome, everyone. Again, I'm so sorry. I don't know what was going on with my camera. So tonight we're going to be talking about love relationships, relationship advice, and dating advice. Again, my name is Cindy. I am a psychic medium. I am the modern day spiritual advisor. I use multiple modalities to help you on your path. And now the author of my upcoming book, Concepts Create Reality. So we are going to talk about the 5 A's of relationships. And then we have a few tips that Melissa's going to give us for your first date. What you should not do on your first date, right?
Yes, that's right.
So, let's talk about the 5 A's of relationship. You're fine. Can you guys see or hear me? Yes, Celeste, I can see you. Hello, everyone. Welcome. You're welcome. I like to uplift each other. Thanks. That's my spirit. You guys are talking to yourself. Sorry. Yes, sparkly backdrop. So I have all these backdrops for my YouTube channel, but I just hadn't used them. I'd forgotten about them. Anyway, yeah, so if you can't see us, Celeste, everybody says go out and come back in. Let me help. So the 5 A's to a relationship. So the first one is attraction. Now, attraction, you would think, well, we are attracted to each other, right? So why do we need attraction? But I say you need attraction because even though you are with each other, and even though some of you have been with each other for a long time, you still are with each other. You still want to be attracted to each other because with energy, you want to keep bringing yourselves together, right? So you have to, each one of you, both of you, should be thinking of ways to not just stay attractive, but be attractive to the other person. Understand what that other person wants. It's not just about you in a relationship. In a relationship, you're co-creating. So I would say to keep your attraction. You can see both of us now. Okay, good. Hi, Yari, baby. The first was attraction. I think that attraction is very important in a relationship. Some people don't think that attraction is very important. I don't think it's the most important thing, but I think it is very important that you're attracted to your partner, right?
Yes, it's very important.
Love you, ladies. Can't stay. Can't stay. Have company. Love you both. Bye, Tammy Bambi.
All right, see you,
So,
Tammy.
number 2 is acknowledgement. And acknowledgement
Okay.
is when you're in a relationship, you should acknowledge them for who they are in life. They want somebody that, so both of you, when you're in a relationship, you want somebody that's going to love and support you. So show them that, tell them that, acknowledge them for the gifts they have, acknowledge them for what they've accomplished in life, acknowledge them for what they've accomplished in this relationship, acknowledge them. That's a big one. And you're going to find when you do these things and stop just thinking about what you want. Now, this is very different than what I'm used to saying about when you're dating or when you're single. That's different. But when you're co-creating in your relationship, it's very different. So now you have two people you're trying to build this life with, right? And so acknowledgement is very important. Acknowledgement is sort of their beacon to tell them, am I doing well? Am I not doing well? What does he or she think about me? All of that. Number 3 is appreciation. So appreciation, remind yourself and them of just how much your life has changed for the better since they've come in. So appreciation, remind yourself and them of just how much your life is better since they've come in. So remind yourself and remind them how it was when you weren't together, how you used to go out and not go out, how you used to be alone, and how you used to do something, at different holidays where you were by yourself, right? So appreciation. What if it's hard to express yourself? To show appreciation? Well, if you remind yourself, if it's hard to express yourself, then maybe that's something that you need to come work on. Because, first of all, that person, this is going to go along with the rest of them, that person knows who you are by now, hopefully. But you have to come outside of yourself and do things because you're trying to expand in a relationship. That's what a relationship's about. So coming out of yourself and thinking about the other person is going to help you do that, right? So, right, appreciation is very attractive in your partner. So, number 4 is affirmation. So, affirmations mean thank them in different ways. Some people like to be thanked in different ways. Some people like presents. Some people like monetary things. Some people like, if you clean the house. It's just different for everybody. So, thank them in different ways to affirm that they're doing a great job. Don't always think about what they haven't done and how they're not doing and what they should have done and blah, 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 because who wants that? Who wants to be around that? Plus, you're not their mother and
Yeah,
you're not
that's
their father. You should be affirming what they have done, what they are doing, what you like, how you like them, right? You're not their mother or their father. Right, so acts of service. So affirmation. And number 5 is acceptance. So this is going to be a harsh one, but accept who you have in front of you. Accept what this relationship is.
Mm-hmm.
You agreed to this relationship. So accept who they are and don't try to change them. You liked them when you first met them. You fell in love with them since, even though as you learn to grow with them. And you've agreed to this relationship. So if you come to this point where you're accepting someone and you realize that that's not what I want anymore, maybe it's time to go. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's time to be truthful with yourself, right? To acknowledge what others do for us, right? Right, as well as spending. I have commitment issues. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, those are the 5 A's: attract, acknowledge, appreciate, affirm, and accept. You do those 5 things, you should be on a good expansion road with your partner. So Yeah. So if all of you have I'm hearing commitment issues and major trust issues. So if you have those, then why are you in relationships? Why are you doing that? Why are you causing someone else to be in all that with you?
Yes, that's true.
You know? What about dynamics of a narcissist and empath? So I've been hearing this a lot about this lately, narcissists and empaths, but empaths need to take their responsibility. So yes, you understand what narcissists are. There's enough education about what narcissists are. So what are you doing as an empath?
That's right.
It's kind of up to you. You don't have to be in a relationship with a narcissist or anyone else.
That's right. That's a choice.
Mm-hmm.
It is a choice.
Right. Nah, I'm just single. All right. So.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give it over to Sparkletini. She's gonna talk about 2 major tips you should never do on your first date.
Yes, this is so true, ladies. And how many of us have done this? First tip is don't look at the person as if this is going to be your life partner. That's unattractive. You're sitting there, they're trying to have a conversation with you. You're looking at them as if they're a piece of steak on a plate. That's not attractive. Past the A1, that's not good.
No,
so
for men and women, right?
That's right. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. I mean, us women, we don't like men to look at us as a piece of meat or whatever. So, I mean, women, we shouldn't be doing that as well. So don't look at that person. I mean, when you go out on that first date, don't look at that person like you're going to be with them forever, or what's it going to be like to be with them and all this kind of stuff. That's just not, not cool. No one wants to feel like they're on a trial, basically, during that first date. I mean, you're supposed to have fun, have a good time.
Right.
That's what the first date is all about.
Yeah.
Second big tip is to never tell them what you want in a relationship on that first date. You don't want someone to say, well, I want to get married within 6 months. I want to have 10 kids. I want to, do all these things. No one wants to hear that.
Not on the first date.
You're here to enjoy, have a good time. You're getting to know each other. You're bantering back and forth. It's fun. That's what it's supposed to be about. That's what a date is. It's just having a good time. I mean, once you get to maybe...
And getting to know them, right? Getting to know them. Not telling them what you want. Because when you do that, you're telling them what you want. You're already not listening. You're already not listening to them. And they're trying to tell you about themselves. And you should be trying to tell them about yourself. Not what you want. But about your character.
That's right. Exactly. So yes, that's right.
So I'm sorry, Miss Ortiz asked.
The first date should not be an interview process. That is so true.
No, not an interview process at all. So Miss Ortiz says, what if they ask about your ex? If they ask about your ex, then you should probably run. That's the truth. I've dated enough. If they're asking about your ex, you should probably run.
Yeah, well, there's so many I think there's so many conflicting things that are out there now, so many different books and material and all this stuff, and they're telling you should do this on your first date, you should do this, and you should do that, and there's so much confusion about what that first date is supposed to be, which is just getting to know each other, having a good time, and just enjoying that first date. The only thing really, I guess, that you should probably be worried about is, okay, do I want to kiss him or her, after the date is over? Right. That should be the only thing that you should be really thinking about. I mean, once you get into that area where it's been 10 dates, maybe
Mm-hmm.
then you can start thinking, okay, well, where's this going, or something like that. But that first
Mm-hmm.
date,
And the
that's
first
not.
date, you guys are just trying to get to know each other. And honestly, you'd be smart to try to get to know the person's character.
Hmm.
The character. So, saying that, Parkletini, what
That's right.
questions should they ask on their first date?
Oh
What give them
yes,
some
yeah.
ideas?
There are 3 questions to ask that person that you're on the first date with. The first of all being, if you got to choose 6 dinner guests, either dead or alive, who would they be? That's question number 1,
That's a great
and that,
question. So,
that requires some thought.
right. Plus,
Them
plus
to
that gives
think
you
about.
that lets you know who they would love their inner circle to be and who some of their inner circle is, right? Like
Yes.
somebody might say their mom. Like I know I would say Albert Einstein.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I mean, seeing those 6 people at their table, if they got to choose, that's going to tell you a lot about them.
Mhm.
That's a way to get to know somebody. That's a great question, right?
That is so true. That is so true. So the next question is, if you woke up tomorrow and gained one quality or ability, what would it be? And that again requires some deep thought. I mean,
Yeah.
what ability would I mean, just think about that for yourself. What ability would you like it to be if you woke up tomorrow and you gained an ability or a quality? What would you
Yeah.
like it to be?
If they say they
That
want to,
shows a lot of their
if
character.
they if they say they want an invisible cloak, you run because they're
Oh,
probably a
yeah.
gamer,
Oh no, we're not talking about dating an invisible man.
right?
Mm-mm.
If they're talking about
No,
their superpowers,
I know. That's right. So true. So true. Or the
mm-mm.
different realms maybe that they're in.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That, you might want to check that out a little bit. I mean, everyone
Right.
doesn't be the same when it comes
No,
to
and
those
everybody wants
things. So
something
you don't
different,
want to make it like I mean, that's like talking about politics on a first date. You don't want to
right?
do that.
No, you're trying to
Just
get to know the person's
date.
character. Not you don't want to know their dirty little secrets right now. I
Yeah,
mean, come on.
no, we don't want to know about any skeletons anywhere.
No,
Mm-mm.
not yet. I mean, it's
No,
like
no, we don't
this will
do
be
that.
authentic and organic, and that's
Hmm.
why do you want to know everybody on the first date? Like
Yeah, that's
that sort
right.
of ruins
I
it,
mean, you don't want to
right?
know first date that their great grandfather was Batman. You don't want to know that.
Right?
Maybe later on, or their great grandmother was Wonder Woman or something like
Right?
that. You don't want to know that. You just want to have a great date and just enjoy each other. That's part of that process. The third question is, how do you express and experience love?
In your life, yeah,
And yeah, and also affection in your life. So basically, for them, it's a matter of what would that look like for them, or what would that
yeah,
look like for you?
yeah. So how do
How
you
would you
experience? How do you
experience
experience
love
it, and then how do you
and
express it?
affection in your life? How would that look like for you? That's a question, really, that we need to all ask ourselves. How do we want to experience love, and how do we want to express it to the people in our lives? And
Hmm.
that is really, really interesting question.
That'll give you some real indication about them. Real indication.
Yes, definitely. Michelle said, I avoid men that specifically ask when was my last time being with a man. That lets me know what they're all about.
Yeah.
Well, that's true because it does let you know what they're thinking about. Yeah.
Right.
Um,
Right.
Keisha says, I want to move fast like the Flash. I would want to fly like Superman, but I have a fear of heights.
So
Well, that's
Shelly Bean
interesting,
said,
Keisha.
would a man think? So Shelly Bean's question is, would a man think this is too deep for a first date? So if a man is thinking this is too deep for a first date, first of all, he's probably not a man. Secondly, he's got some issues. And third, you probably don't want to
probably a
date him.
page.
Mm-hmm.
You ask a knight or a
You're
king.
asking, yeah, they want to express themselves. They want to let you know they have nothing to hide. They're a man, right?
Yep.
Right.
Oh gosh, Maria, they have spider powers. I may want to know that.
Yes, Maria, but not on the first date.
Well,
not
I wouldn't want
on the first date.
That guy is maybe Edward from Twilight on the first date.
Right.
I don't know about him being a vampire.
I know. Maybe I want to keep that secret for a little bit. Maybe I just don't want to know yet. Maybe I just don't want to know all that stuff yet. Right.
That is so true.
Anyway, those dates, that first date should just be, it shouldn't be an interview. It shouldn't be, looking at them like are they the marrying type? It should be, let's get to know each other. I don't even know if I like being in the same room with you for an hour. Right? Like, I don't even know that. I may want to go.
Never bring a measuring device. No.
No, Maria, don't bring the measuring device. Each date should get more time. Start off with an hour. Yeah, so I always have my first dates as an hour. Always. Mm-hmm. I always say I have to go in an hour. I always say that.
There should be somewhere something that you have to do.
And also, I, as a woman, never allow them to pick me up on a first date. I always meet them somewhere. And I meet them somewhere in public. So.
Yes.
Hi, Laura. How are you? Always be safe. Men too, though, be safe. Like, you want to meet in public. You never know. Yes. She may have like 3 men on the side looking, to do something. So I'm not saying all that, but I'm just saying, just to keep it in a safe environment, a public environment, you go there and meet them there, right?
Exactly.
Is it really possible to redate someone after 2 years being apart? So what's the real question? Is it really possible to redate someone after 2 years being apart? Because that to me sounds like a no-brainer, yes.
Well,
so what's the real question?
A lot can happen in 2 years.
Right. You've grown, they've grown.
6 months, depending on what's going on in their life.
Okay, so Nicole says, I wrote down what kind of man I want and asked my angels and guides, and they brought me him and married him. Good for you.
Awesome.
Good
That's
for you.
Cool. That is awesome.
Yeah, it's so funny because 6 months before I met my husband, I remember I was in the shower talking to Spirit, and I was like, okay, it's time. And then 6 months later, I met my husband. Aries here struggling. Well, then you probably want to listen. Yeah, Miss Aries, you probably want to listen to this because don't be looking at him like you're going to marry him, or is that the one you're going to marry, or are they the love of your life? Because Aries are like that. We like to go after them. My Aries is the Venus. How many chances is enough chances? And that kind of depends.
There was a question back here. Miss Ortiz was asking the awkward silences that might
if there's
happen.
If there's awkward silences and you don't like awkward silences, then maybe that should tell you that you don't want to date them. So, Laura Hernandez says, how many chances is enough chances? That's a subjective question because for me, 0.
Maria?
For me, it's 0. You don't get another chance. But that's me. I'm hard like that. What's Maria saying?
You do not ask if they have an STD and what medication they're on the first date.
You shouldn't even need to know that, Maria. Yes, I never let a man pick me up. Good advice. Meet them and take your car that way if it turns out to be a jerk. I don't even take my car. I Uber it. I don't want them knowing my car stuff. I don't want them knowing my stuff.
Take a cab or something.
I always Uber it. I always Uber it. I don't want them knowing what I drive. I don't need them all up in my business yet. It's a first date. I don't even know if I like you all the way. So as a Gemini, you can capture my attention. I mean, you can get my attention, but can you keep it? That's a different story. I like shiny things. So shiny thing, woo! But are you going to keep my attention? That's kind of up to you, right?
I like shiny stuff too, but everything
That
that sparkles isn't gold, right?
hmm To give someone who has stepped on you over and over and over again so hard for me. Yeah, it's not hard for me. So um, I wouldn't even allow that once.
Who was that? Oh, Laura said her husband, uh, her and her husband are both Geminis born the same day. How does that work?
Dang. How does that work? As long as the twins, the opposite twins attract each other, but
Yeah,
they could have the other twins come out at the same time, and that's like no talking, no nothing, just stay away.
right. That's true. Is he your true king? Hmm?
Check the zodiac sign. My husband is Libra, and
That's
I'm Libra. Uh,
Laura, if
check
he's your true king.
check their zodiac sign. My husband is Libra, and I'm Leo. So that's just the sun sign. It kind of depends on their mood and their
Mhm.
Venus. Pisces, Virgo. I can't decide. I need to know these things. Maria, this is so cool. I agree with Cindy. You must have a door open because at the beginning is pretending, and after 90 days, masks falls off.
That's right. The
No, that's
honeymoon
not. See,
period.
that's not true for me. Because I'm just out there anyway. Like
Oh,
that's what
that's
they that.
Adrian. No wonder.
So yeah, Adrian's like. I know the problem I have with men. If it's a problem, I guess it's a problem. Is they're looking at me like something should be wrong. Like, when is she going to show her true self kind of thing? And I
Mhm.
already shown you myself.
Yeah.
Everything is true. So they're like, they're so used to the other shoe dropping or a person acting
Mhm.
a different way after so long
Yeah.
and blow. And
That
I'm
is
not that
more
way,
trust
you
issue.
know.
Mhm.
Yeah, they have trust issues, or they're like, why is she single? And I already told y'all, we ain't going to be discussing why I'm single because it doesn't go very well when I say.
Oh, yeah, that's true. No, that is definitely not first date material. Mm-mm.
No, it's not first date material.
That's right,
Yeah.
Rishi. Someone's mask can fall off after 10 years.
hmm Exactly, Rishi. Exactly. All right. So I know some of so Laura's asking about her immigration stuff. I'm not answering those questions tonight. This is about dating and relationship advice. So there's no tarot reading, there's no mediumship. It's just the advice.
Yeah.
Okay, love, life, birthday. What do I do? I don't understand what that means. Wasn't hard for me. A Pisces broke my heart, then asked me to marry him. He showed me how he'd treat me as his girlfriend. Suffice to say, I didn't marry him. Nice.
Yeah.
After 10 years, I'm tired of waiting. When is a good time to tell a person you are dating that you are waiting to get married to be intimate? Oh, good Lord. Oh my God. Okay.
Mm.
So, wait a minute. So you're saying that you're thinking, well, I'm not going to tell them that I'm waiting to get married. I'm just going to wait, and then one day I'm going to say, oh, by the way, I've been waiting to get married. That's still scary. You shouldn't be worrying about being married. You
Mhm.
already know what you want, so just relax it. He may not be the one, but you don't know that because you haven't like even delved into who this person is. You're just like, is he the one or is he not the one? And that's that. So, good view, look up. I feel like you should have started with that. You feel like I should have started with what?
What, telling him that you want to wait until you get married to be intimate? No.
No,
Mm-mm.
no.
Maria, there you go with the politics.
Mm-mm.
Has to at least ask who they voted for. Could be a deal breaker.
Mm-mm. How do we meet good men these days? Dating sites seem to be players. This is true. Um, I'd say this is, well, it's true and it's not true because I can honestly say this,
Oh,
but I know this is not for everyone. That you
so
are so I would wait till you got to know him and then it was appropriate, but not
Mhm.
on the first night. Not on the
Yeah,
first night.
because that kind of information makes it like a game for him to
Yeah,
want to
exactly. Because he'll say, "Oh no, I'm going to be the
make
one.
her feel
I'm going to be
like
the one to take her virginity. I'm going to be the one."
exactly. Yeah,
And then you're just going to like, you know, even
yeah.
if you tell them I'm going to wait till I get married, they're going to be like, "No, she's going to do it before that."
Uh
Right?
huh. Yeah, because
So,
that's all he's gonna think about.
right, exactly. Oh, so how do we meet good men on these dating sites? So, um, honestly, it has to do with what you put in your profile. Because I can honestly say that I met some really, really good men dating. My issue is I wasn't ready. So I was having these really, really great men
Hmm.
who were very open and very gentlemanly and were everything that they said that they were, and they weren't, or I don't know if I was picking right. I don't know if that's what I was like, like attracts like in the vibration,
Uh-huh.
but I was like, I had to stop dating because I was not able to be in a place to give what they were ready to give. And I didn't want to hurt people. And everybody says my profile is really good, but my profile is just honest. It's
Right.
just honest. So, um, yeah, I had
Meeting.
some really,
Oh,
really good guys. So I can tell you there's some good guys on these dating sites. I know there's some bad guys because I have friends who've had like nightmare
mm-hmm.
dates. So I know that there's some bad ones on there. But roll eyes, roll eyes. What are you rolling your eyes for? Um, the advice is to be truthful about what you want, and then give them a little bit of who you are. That's kind of how I made it. And don't write 10 paragraphs because men aren't trying to read 10 paragraphs.
No. Mm-mm. Nope. Are men with kids dateable and trustworthy? Well,
So White Lily says, "Can you talk on how to write a proper profile and attract what you want?" And not Yeah, and not a, I can't say that, but yeah, so be honest about what you want. So I know on my site, I immediately said, sex is off the table. Don't even talk to me about it. And so that was like a boundary for me
mhm.
because it's not like I can't have sex. It's like I just didn't want to right then. Like I'm not trying to have sex with you. So again, I gave them my boundary, and then I uh, let them know a little bit, and I'm talking like a line or two about what you're looking for and what you're like, and that's it. And
Yeah.
then giving the pictures, and that's the thing is, a guy is not trying to read 10 paragraphs. They want like very quick, get to the meat of the subject, and that's that, right? No, I'm not doing mediumship or tarot, Christine. Some sites, trying to give up my type A personality, it's so hard. Or just don't go to websites. I mean, you don't have to date on site. What's wrong with dating old fashioned way? What's wrong with like just bumping into somebody? Because
Yeah.
I mean, I do that. I I don't date on websites anymore, but it's not like I'm opposed to it. It's just, I
Hmm.
just feel like it's going to be organic for me right now at this
Exactly.
convo. You're rolling your eyes at the conversation? Well, it's kind of up to you. You do
Well,
what you want. It's free country, in or out. They just won't read any more than a few sentences. Yeah. So think about, you got the first two sentences to tell them what you want and who you are. Two sentences. So make it
mhm.
good.
Yes.
Right. Exactly. Your guides.
That's right.
Cyrene says, "I'm going to ask my guides to send me the one." You're the one is right there as soon as you're ready to vibrate at that.
Hmm.
Right. The art of being feminine. Absolutely. Date sites scare me a bit. I stay away. Yeah, so some people just do. Yeah. Some people just do. Some people dating sites not for them. Others work so much that they can't go out, and they find that dating sites are just much easier for them because they don't have a lot of time. That's honestly why I
Yes.
started doing it, because I was so busy. But then I realized I've always been busy, so I had a really bad experience with the internet. I prefer to meet in person. You know the person better. Yeah, so that's why if you do it, you need to be very safe. Both men and women need to be safe. So go in a public place, meet them there, Uber it. Don't use your car. I'm not saying anything. I'm saying that he's vibrating at the vibration that the one is at, and you're not there.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you were there, you'd be with him. I don't date on sites anymore, but I'm surrounded by the playpens. Too young my son's age. Yeah. Or the depends that my dad's age. I want a man. Men are all the same, whether they are in denial about it or not. They want checkered tablecloth and color and cold chicken lunch in the daytime and a blatant sexy kitten at night. This is true. This is very true. Steve has not said many things that you should listen to, but that
Yeah.
is one of them.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
That
we
is
all
one of
know
them.
that adage of
Mm-hmm.
lady in the streets and
And a freak in the sheets.
Mm-hmm. I
That's
live by
okay,
that
Christine.
rule.
Mm-hmm. I'm a
Got
Texas
that
woman.
down.
We're born and raised that way. Texas women are born and raised that way, especially
I'm in Virginia,
Houstonians.
but I think that way too.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes our soulmates are in other relationships. We have to be patient. No, maybe sometimes, sure. I think I made a good first few lines on my daughter. My dating profile had so many hits within 30 minutes and didn't put a pickup yet. The description scared me away.
Inspiration.
Oh yeah, if you're on a dating site, if you can't show me your face, then we don't need to talk,
You're right.
because I need. Is that your kitty?
It's the puppy. What's
Oh.
wrong? If he would stop eating everything, he wouldn't be doing that.
Mm-hmm. A man also told me that all men cheat. That is not true. Maybe that was his world, but that is not true. Nothing wrong with that. That's not true.
No, that's not true. I don't believe that.
I've been in both types, where no one cheated and then where one cheated, where he cheated, not me. I would never do that. But
Yeah.
but yeah, that's not true. There's all different types of men. And it just depends on what you're calling into you, what you're resonating at, where your life is and what that phase is. Rolling in the hay. Yeah, I've had that phase too. Yeah, sure. Anybody can cheat. It's a choice, always.
Yes, it's a choice.
It's always a choice.
Definitely.
It's not true. All men cheat. She said cheat. My grandfather was faithful to my grandmother. Yeah. The best women are the ones who know how to allow a man to be a man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is true. Yeah. Myself being an alpha, and then my partners are always alphas. So you have to learn to finesse that. You have to learn to let them be a man.
Exactly. Someone once told me, though, that an alpha female should not be with an alpha male, which I don't.
That's not true.
It's a good thing, because
That's
I
not
feel
true,
like
because
you're an
beta
alpha
males.
male,
Ugh.
you need someone who is an alpha. Otherwise, it's going to be like one dominating the other.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't need that because, I'll run over top of them.
Hmm. Well, yeah, of course, because if they're a beta, you can just tell
And
them
then
what to
I'll
do,
get bored and I'm like,
what's the point of that?
yeah.
There are lots of good men out there. I'm telling you, there are lots of good men out there. But where are you at?
Yeah.
You're over here thinking, why didn't I? Why did he? Why is it always this way? That's where you're at when you should be
Hmm.
vibrating at where those men are, where those beautiful, faithful, happy men are. How do you get ready? How do you get yourself ready to trust and be open after suffering from verbal abuse in a toxic relationship? Are there any ways to let it go with guides? Yeah. So working on that second chakra, working on your fifth chakra, and working on your first chakra will help. It ain't cheating if your
Yeah.
partner
So
knows about it. That's true.
I've been there, had to work on that for quite a bit. So I
Yeah.
understand that. It's taken me a while to
Hmm.
get to that point where I felt like I wouldn't take that bitter angerness
Hmm.
into another relationship.
Yeah, that's the thing is,
You have to give yourself time.
if you've been in a toxic relationship, then you need time to heal yourself, fill those holes before you even think about bringing somebody else
Yes.
into your life. Or you're just gonna, because you're still at that vibration where you're gonna attract that again. Yeah, you have to start working in those
Of
chakras.
course you do, Maria. Jeez.
Oh, May, we're not doing readings today. We're talking about relationship advice and dating advice. So sorry, May. The
I have
door
to
is
put
always
that down.
open to take your dissatisfaction and go. Right? Exactly. That's true. You want a good man? So, Cyrene, what's a good man to you? Have y'all thought about that? Have you thought about how you want to be loved? How do you want to be loved?
Yes.
Right.
Well, those questions you know, that were brought up are the same questions that you not only ask them, but you also need to ask yourself those same questions
Mm-hmm.
because you need to look within yourself and see where you stand on those same issues or the same things. Because you
Oh,
want to
I know.
know where you stand.
Right. She said, but I've met too many hurt males still harboring pain from their past. Yeah. Well, that's why even though more females come into this um, live, I do want males to come in here too. I'm trying to help everyone heal, male or female. It doesn't matter to me. We all have the same sort of energy. We all need the same things at the core. We're all wanting to heal ourselves. So this discussion is open for both. That's why I'm glad Steve's here. I know I kid with him, but I'm glad he's here. I'm glad he gives us a male perspective.
Yeah.
Pain and unhealed wounds bring people with more mask on. Yeah, Steve. Yeah, alpha females do exist. Believe that. Well, yeah, we're alpha. I'm alpha. I know that. Self care
I
and
am
self
too.
love. I was happy you predicted an emperor for me a few months ago, but I recognize I'm not able to receive one yet. Oh, good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's been happening. You guys had thought you'd prepared for your emperors, and then you had these issues that you weren't working on, and so you
Hmm.
gotta like. But he's not the only emperor. You got other emperors coming. He has priorities straight. Yep. Thank you, Cindy and Sparky. Sparks. Thank you, Celeste. What do you think of a man always going out on his wife and pretend like nothing he tells me he doesn't love her, never, because she is a B. That's just what he's telling you. Ask Steve that question. Don't we all wear a mask? Absolutely. We all wear layers. Affectionate, ambitious, and smart. Yep. Good. Good. That's good for you, Cyrene. You don't want that. Better for a man to stay in one corner than share the whole house with. with a contentious woman. Oh, that's so funny. True. Or we can just have a huge house and then he can have like a couple of rooms. Right? Before you look for a man, start with yourself. Exactly.
Of course.
Someone I can count on. Right.
Mm-hmm.
How do you want to be loved? Have you thought about that? This is what this book is about too. It's about love at its core, but it's about discovering who you are so that you can answer that question completely. How do I want to experience love? How do I want to express love? So, do you have anything? Do you want to tell us some stories, Sparkle Teeny, or do you have anything you want to say? Healing is a beautiful thing. Getting to really know yourself is so invigorating. It is.
David, what kind of what kind of advice do you have for the ladies?
Mm-hmm. And this is the thing too. This is what you should be. This is what you could use dating for. Mm-hmm. Is one step closer to knowing what you want, right? One step closer to knowing what you want. Because remember, people come into your lives as a mirror. So when you start dating, you start realizing where you're at in life. And you're like, ooh, I'm not ready. Or yes, I'm ready. Ooh, no, I wanted this and I don't want that. Like, that's what you can use dating for. I hate to say it that way, but you can. People come into your life and they're mirrors. They're reflections of you, just like you're a reflection of them for their world. So dating will cause you to understand where you're at. Are you ready? Are you just wanting to date? Are you wanting to just have a buddy, a friend? Or are you ready for a relationship?
Yeah, that's right.
Can you ever get two kings at the same time? Yes. For the past, for a while, I don't even know how long, I've just been attracting kings. I'm not looking for a king. I'm looking for, I'm not even looking. I hate to say that because I'm not even looking. But let's just say emperor is my gig. Emperor is my gig. Just to reflect. They're a reflection. So, Maria, you're funny. Did you see what Maria wrote? These are great questions we should be asking ourselves to know what we want. Absolutely. When a queen slaps her king across the face, he first looks into her eyes to see if she meant it to teach him a lesson. Then he will laugh or cry. Yeah, I guess. Pages have a purpose. They do. Pages are fun. Pages are there to let you know that you are attractive, that you're a woman, that you're a man. If you have a page as a girl, that you're a man or that you're a woman. They're here to have fun, to make you laugh, to help you understand that you can be loved again, that you want to do that, right? People come into our lives to make us grow. Yes. Wish I was lucky to get two kings. Boy, hot time in city. I guess. It's not. I don't know. It could be a problem. Oh gosh, have a great night, ladies. And David, thanks. My little princess is coughing a lot. Need to go. Namaste. Namaste, Celeste. Thank you for coming in. So guys, we're going to end this. I want to say thank you. Thank you, Sparkle Teeny, for giving us your insight. Those are great questions. We are going to be here tomorrow at the same time. And what are we going to be talking about, Sparkle Teeny?
We are going to go back into the empath subject and talk about what we need as empaths to protect ourselves, crystals, and those types of things, what we can use. So, so will be really interesting.
Yeah, I did What is an Empath on my other channel, Your Indigo Path 2. So that's Your Indigo Path Roman numeral 2. You can find me there. And I just did a video on what is an empath. There are 5 types of empath, and I let you know that. So tomorrow here on this channel, we're going to be talking about like she said, how to protect yourself as an empath. And she's got some great information about crystals to use, about the health part of it. We're gonna really delve into that. I know I think what I'm gonna call it is like 5 things to do, but it's more than 5 things to do. It's just how to protect yourself as an empath. So
Yeah.
do tell both you guys. Thanks, both of you guys. A blessing. You're welcome. Thank you guys for joining us tonight, and thank you for always loving and supporting us. We so appreciate it. So we love you, love you, love you. Bye.